Hey, ladies and gentlemen, this is Carmine Sabia for Explain America, and new Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson. Well, he's already doing things to make himself enemies on the Democrat side of the House, and, well, he's done it pretty quickly and for all the right reasons. Before we get started, please make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Those little things really help us out, and they help our channel continue to grow. You know, a lot of people were shocked by President Joe Biden's speech after the massacre in Israel. Over 1,000 Israelis murdered by Hamas terrorists, and people in the United States furious. We want to help Israel any way we can. Israel is one of our closest, nearest allies, maybe our closest ally, and our only real ally that we can trust in the Middle East. And their people were massacred. And then Joe Biden comes on, gives a speech, talks about we have to fund, Israel. We have to give funding to Israel. And we're like, yeah, let's give funding to Israel. And then he says we got to give funding to Ukraine and Taiwan and the southern border. And the southern border, by the way, just means more nonsense housing for illegal immigrants. Don't think for a second that he's going to actually do something to secure the border. And we're like, wait, hold on. Where's all this coming from? You're trying to give money to your new pet project, Ukraine? Let's give more money to Ukraine because Israel got hit? No, no, no. Well, as Rand Paul explains, it looks like Mike Johnson's not on board with that. Let's take a look.
Clapping for Raytheon. Joining me now, Kentucky Senator Rand Paul, author of the new book, Deception, the Great COVID Cover-Up. We'll get to that in a moment. Senator, now you saw the House Republicans stay seated when he called for this immediate passage of the $100+ billion in aid to Israel and Ukraine. But does that really give you any hope for fiscal sanity on the Hill?
Well, the big government Republicans in the Senate have already joined hands with the Democrats over here, and they want $100 billion to everyone. Just put everything into one bill. We'll borrow it from China and we'll send it out. But if you listen to the speaker's speech today, which I thought was great, the new speaker said that the first bill coming to the floor will be, it sounded like to me, funding just for Israel by itself, which is what many of the conservatives on the Senate side have been advocating for, and separating out Ukraine and Taiwan and all this other stuff. So I think actually the speaker has unilaterally put the kibosh on the big government sort of wastebasket approach of dumping in another $60 billion for Ukraine. So I think actually it's going to stop. I also don't think the new speaker, if he's clever enough to have gotten elected out of that mess, I don't think he's going to put $60 billion for Ukraine, which he has 100 members that are opposed to that vast amount. I don't think he's going to put that on the floor. So I suspect he'll do what he said, put a single individual bill for Israel. And this, the people who are advocating for unlimited funds for Ukraine will be put back by this because they'll have to start again.
I mean, we don't have any money. I mean, people forget we have to borrow the money or print the money because we don't have the money. And Mitch McConnell, Senator, and the rest of the leadership over in the Senate, they had lunch with Condoleezza Rice yesterday from the Bush administration, and they walked away with a firm commitment to all of these projects that being connected together. Watch.
Speaking for myself, I do think it needs to be comprehensive. I think it needs to deal with all of these because they're all interrelated. I mean, what we have now is an axis of evil: China, Russia, and Iran.
We're back to the axis of evil. Do you agree they're all related? Ukraine?
Israel should absolutely be its own thing, and funding Israel should absolutely be its own thing. You want to fund Ukraine? Bring that bill. We'll look at it. But the fact that you want to tie it into Israel, almost holding Israel hostage, so you get funding for Ukraine, which you are obsessed with, no, that's not going to work. It's not going to work for Mike Johnson. It's not going to work for any real conservative, and it's not going to work anymore. We know the game now. We know the game now with you and Ukraine and the money going back and forth. We got it. We got it, bro. But it's game over now. We got a MAGA conservative as Speaker of the House. And this stuff, you can forget this stuff. I want to know what you guys think about this. Let me know in the comments. Also, please remember to like, share, and subscribe. It really helps us out. I'm Carmine Sabia. This is Explain America. We love you guys. God bless you. Take care, everybody.